Hello, everybody, and you are back to watch Grand Slam from RLO. What a tournament this has been. We've just had the two juggernauts verse themselves in a 4-2 series going in Renegade's favour, pushing GZ to the lower bracket. But now we've got a do-or-die match coming ahead of us here at Jupiter. And how do you see this one panning out between Mindfreak and Overt?
Yeah, the elimination final always adds that extra bit of stress. So, there's no second chance like with the previous match between Renegades and Ground Zero. Even if they lost, they technically progressed through to the bracket. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Overt definitely can show up. We've seen them in the spring series really do well. So they do definitely have the potential. But, Mindfreak as well is quite strong. Through the qualifier, they did quite well. But it really depends on how they've been able to prepare for today. I feel like if they've been able to prepare well, they're able to, set up everything nicely, then they do give themselves a great opportunity.
Exactly right, and the winners of this match do progress to see Ground Zero tomorrow for the first game. So that's a big ask for both these teams to verse Ground Zero. But at the moment, after probably a demoralising defeat in the end, I think for Ground Zero being 2-0 up, it might be a chance for them to get over them. But it's going to have to be a good performance first in this game against each other to even think about that match.
And that's what I like about this system is that the fact that they play one game today and then they've got tomorrow to prepare, get themselves ready, reset and do some preparation really allows them every single opportunity to do well. Generally, after coming out of a series where you feel like you could have definitely won and then you've lost, it makes it a bit hard, but they'll give them time. Either way, we are looking at this current match between Mindfreak and Overt. Mindfreak, we have Fever, Requiem, and the stand-in Caveman Ben, who's been doing really well in the team, going up against Overt, which is Sprat, Cobo, and Riv.
That's right. Going back to that Caveman Ben, it's been something that they're trying to experiment with, and it seems like it's playing off at the moment. They've made their way to the top 8, so he's done probably what has been asked, but we're about to find out, can he do a little bit more? But now Fever, starting very hot, getting a redirect back in the middle of the sidewalk, and Caveman Ben gets his first touch in the series.
First touch in the series, but like you said, with these matches, especially the first round matches, it's going to be a little bit of experimenting, a little bit of touch and feel to see who manages to pull out something crazy. As we see Cobo going for a little bit of a redirect there, gets met by Requiem, who is very dynamic and very quick himself, so I'll be definitely keeping my eye out for him.
Yeah, I want to see a bit of the old Requiem come back. He sort of went missing last, as of recently to a degree. He used to be, real show pony, doing all these shots, but he's sort of been a bit more structured at the moment. So I'm excited to see if he can bring back maybe some of the old elements that made him so scary to play against.
Yeah, the very awkward, inconsistent, or not so much inconsistent, but very awkward and unexpected plays. Whoa, Fever. Okay, I was trying to make a point. I didn't expect Fever to get this much pressure, but he's managed to get past one, get a touch past the second, and dunked Cobo on the way. Wow, what a start for Mindfreak.
Yeah, we're having a casual conversation here. We see two defenders, holding the corner. He's not air dribbling it. It's not even on top of his car. It's an easy stay for them. No, not when Fever's coming through. He steamrolled train with that situation and somehow squeezes that ball in. And that's a great way to get your first goal here for Mindfreak.
Fever's always been one of those players who can show up in a massive way and, do those 1v3 plays. So a great start for him, but the play does progress through. Requiem and zero boost trying to move the ball forward. Caveman Ben tries to put a shot on, but misses. And pressure definitely seeming to be in favor of Mindfreak at the moment. Overt with a little bit of a slow start, but again, they've got time. Cobo with space has managed to get a really nice goal after a poor touch from Mindfreak.
Yeah, Requiem's going to have to think about this one again. That is absolutely perfect pass there to Cobo. He's going to be sending him $5 in his PayPal account after that one. But again, this is still a tight match. If you lose, you're out of this tournament. So they're going to have to make sure that they're awake early in this series.
Exactly. They need to make sure they're performing as best as possible. Obviously, oh no, not an own goal this early.
Let's have a little look at this one. Oh no, it gets a little bit of redirect, doesn't save, ends up getting a backflip. I'll kind of let that one slide. Maybe he's trying to save it. I won't give it exactly an goal. It's technically still going on target, but geez, it is a sloppy start to this series, and I'm not going to try and shoot and go.
It's just not how you want to start as Overt. They did get a bit of a lucky, not a lucky goal, but they did get handed a goal by Requiem's poor touch. But having that quickly return and giving up the lead so early is not what you want to see. As we are now into 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Spratt trying to get some pressure on the ball. Left in a little bit of no man's land, but it will be Cobbo looking to move the ball out. He's got very little boost, but gets a beautiful flick. Passes up to Spratt. The double nearly there. Riv will come through, but they both miss, and now the pressure is on them to defend.
Just going back to Twitch chat here, looks like they're going in the favour of Mindfreak here with the 64% preferred vote here. So it looks like they're going to go for, but Fever's trying to get that glancing down, ends up faking it down for Requiem, scoring that one. Well done there.
Wow, I don't know if that was a planned fake or if he just managed to get a misread and commed it really well, but either way, great communication coming out of Mindfreak. Super good start as they just passed the halfway. Overt left in a little bit of shambles in this first match, so hopefully they're able to rectify this as we move forward. Caveman Ben taking a touch into the corner, goes straight to Riv, but Riv not being able to put it on target.
Unlucky Riv ends up touching the corner of that goal, puts him really out of position. Cobbo gets it in a decent area, but his attackers aren't there. He's now rotating back. Going to have to receive that ball. Hits it only straight to the opposition in Mindfreak. Caveman Man's going to try and get some pace to win that ball. He's not going to get that. Now Riv going forward, tries to win the 50 against Requiem. Can't win that one. Spratt comes into assist. Spratt can see Cobbo ready to receive. Cobbo's put it forward for himself, but it's not really linking up. Both teams sort of just hitting it in the general direction of the goals, and it nearly works. It's opened up here for Spratt, but I want to save from Requiem on the line.
Spratt had no power on that shot, and it was quite well saved by Requiem. Threw himself at the goal line and managed to get the save. But one thing Mindfreak are doing really well is controlling the space. They're allowing their teammates to come through and give them the ball, and just like that, we see Fever with the dish up to Caveman Ben. And now I'm pretty sure every member of the Mindfreak team have a goal. So great for them to have such a good lead early on.
Yeah, they've done well there. Looks like Fever is ready to step up today. He's been performing well early in this game and gets a demo to... no, he doesn't get it. He ends up getting demoed himself. My bad there. Oh my god, Caveman Ben, does he have mech? I was not ready for that play, but geez, he nearly pulled it out.
If this team has a Caveman Ben with mech up against Requiem and Fever to accompany him, it's going to be a dangerous Mindfreak side for today, as we already see them with a 3-goal lead. Cobbo trying to get a dunk there, trying to move the ball forward for his team, but it's looking very difficult as we only have 50 seconds on the clock with a 3-goal deficit. Can they do something? Spratt on the goal line trying to be a nuisance, but they're not getting any touches to teams, and that's where they're falling short.
Well, looks like 40 seconds just about to be up soon, and they're going to have to find some real answers quick. 3 goals is probably way too much to ask, but they're going to have to start thinking about what are they going to be doing next match to clean up their plays, because at the moment I think the team that can have a bit more level head will probably end up prevailing in game 2.
I would have to agree that the team that is able to control the space will have a leg up. I think for Overt, what they need to do is very much work on their first and second touch. They're giving the ball away, and Fever snatching that one away, just as we were saying, having no control for the side of Overt. Fever getting, I believe, maybe his 3rd, but 5th overall for Mindfreak.
He's just playing pace today. He's just going hard at the ball, not waiting for any, the other team to do whatever they want to do. He just knows he wants to play his style. He'll come intercept that, and he's going to try and score every day of the week. So he's had a hot start to this series, and it's going to give him a world of confidence coming into game 2.
Exactly. Having all the confidence moving forward in this elimination final is what you want to have. Mindfreak there securing the win with a 5-1 scoreline. And yes, Fever did have a hat-trick there. So great start for him and a great start for Mindfreak.
And then we go, look at those stats, all going very well there. Look like Requiem doing, a bit of everything at the moment, but you're looking at the opposition in the stats and they're just really far behind, it seemed like, starting out of the gates. So they're going to have to be ready to go in game 2, because if they start cold like they did before, it's going to be tricky to catch up.
Will be, and I like this graphic because it's a great reflection of how much pressure a team is able to apply in the match. So you can see that a lot of stats going in favor of Mindfreak. The only stat going in the favor of Overt was demos, and that's not a massive thing to hang your hat off. If you're saying that you're coming out with more demos in the match, but you're losing shots, assists, goals, and everything in between, then you kind of need to rethink your strategy. And as I was saying towards the end of that match, their first touch, they're not controlling the ball as efficiently as Mindfreak, and that's really limiting their ability to play.
Yeah, exactly right. I think we saw that late goal there from Sprat, receiving the ball only for a gentle touch up to the sideball for himself. But, if you were looking at the series before, those touches were going straight up the other end looking for a pass.
Yeah, exactly right. So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to adjust. The mental factor as well for this team is going to be a massive factor. Can they stay calm, cool, and collected, and have clear comms, back each other up, have that positivity to give yourself a good opportunity? Because if they start, not coming at all or having no presence, then this could be a very dangerous Mindfreak to go up against.
Anyway, they're going to be in a dangerous position with K-Man Ben trying to go for a shot. Requiem pops it in the bottom right corner, and that is as hot as it can be for Mindfreak to start here. But K-Man Ben looking only but comfortable in this team.
Wow, a great start for Mindfreak. And as you said, K-Man Ben looking very comfortable as the stand-in. Surely after this series, you almost want to make him permanent because he's a great addition to this team, a great filler for these boys who, like we said, Requiem and Fever are able to really pop off individually, and you need that supporting player. So K-Man Ben doing exactly that as we see Riv trying to control the ball. It will get met by Requiem, who puts it back into the orange side of this field. They're really suffocating this Overt team.
They are. They haven't really been able to go 40, and Fever's put in a good area, but they've actually been sitting back their Mindfreak with two players. I was expecting, someone to definitely be on the floor, wanting to keep the way this game's been going. But look at Fever again. He's just not giving the team any space. He's just happy to keep charging at the ball.
I think with Fever as well, if he's going for those individual solo plays where he's just trying to waste time and waste the positioning and give his teammates a time to, reclaim some boost and positioning, it's not a bad situation just to let him do his thing and put some presence on the board. But a save coming through by Cobo. Holy moly, that was an absolute banger to save.
That was a very good save, because that was a very good shot indeed. I was about to say, if that's his thing that he does, wow, we'll let him continue. But anyway, Cobo trying to get a good clear, get the good clear, but no one's quite there. Sprat's going to have to come and intercept this, make it a little bit awkward. Doesn't end up doing any touches there. Only leaving Requiem to clear long himself. Riv coming through there to win that ball, but geez, it's been a little bit sloppy and it's not really connecting with any players.
It's very scrappy gameplay. No one, like you said, really having a touch on the ball, and it's actually going to be Mindfreak now who is setting up a bit of a solo play through Requiem. Uses a lot of boost to set that up. Man, Ben with the dish actually goes straight for the shot, nearly puts it on as well. But now we see Overt with all the presence as we saw a miss there by Mindfreak. Cobo, infield pass, gets the shot out of Riv, gets blocked, and Mindfreak do seem to hold on. Oh no, a whiff on the backward, nearly getting a goal.
There's a good pass there from Riv, but Cobo just, was probably too close to the ball, couldn't come in with any pace. And K-Man Ben trying to go for a pinch goal there himself. And again, it's starting to open up. Both teams trying to connect here. Two players are making. Requiem puts it down in a good area. Fever doesn't commit, in that straight line, ready to receive. Otherwise, that could have been a really good pass.
Definitely could have been. We're seeing some good passing plans, some good solo plays coming out of Mindfreak, but I'm waiting to see what Overt have got. They've got an open net, and that will be the equalizer after an immense amount of pressure coming through for their team.
It was only a matter of time before they were going to probably sneak one goal in. I'm not sure where the goalkeepers were here for Mindfreak, and they're finally giving themselves a sniff in this match. 1-1 apiece, 2-2 on the time, and it's still more than enough time to get back in this, but you've also got to be able to fend off an aggressive Mindfreak that look like they could score at any moment.
I mean, they're very dynamic in the way that they set up the play, especially Fever. His solo play that we go back to at the halfway mark of this match, that it was very, very dynamic. He was able to, with zero boost, get a lot of touches away from Overt. That's a very... Oh, how did that not go in?
That was about 95% of the ball over the line there. Doesn't go in. Cobo starting the mech, puts it down the ground. Oh, Riv, how has he not scored that one? I thought it was a tap in for him. They could have taken the lead, but still they're going forward. Good retreat out. Requiem with a bang of a shot, but Cobo saves that one above the net. And geez, it's starting to get hot here.
The panic mechanic is coming through tenfold. Everyone rushing and just trying to throw bodies on the line to get that goal, get that leg up in this second match, because it could be the momentum shift is needed for Overt. We do see a nice save there by Sprat, but it goes straight to Caveman Ben. He puts the pass backwards, but he can't catch Fever, and now it's a 1v1. He has to play this safe. Manages to get the boost away from Riv, but gets demoed in the process, so a bit of a win-loss situation there, and Mindfreak are able to hold off for the moment.
Anyway, they're going to try and continue their play here over at Riv, passing it with Sprat. Sprat had it in awkward position, couldn't do anything with that. Cobo hits it back to Sprat again. Sprat's not ready to receive. Now he finally tries to hit the ball, only gently forward. Now Cobo's high up on the sideboard, doesn't want to hit that ball. Requiem puts it in an area. Riv, oh my god, what is he doing? There's big panics from both teams here, and it could go down for a goal. Requiem's going to continue this play, but geez, panic is on the lips of every player at the moment.
With only 30 seconds remaining and the score tied, you're desperate to get that next goal and sit comfortably for the remainder of the match, and that's what both of these teams are trying to do. Riv and Cobo almost double committing for that, but one does pull out, so a bit of a saving grace moment. But now Requiem has got a bit of boost to work with. What can he do? He's pretty dynamic with the ball, leaves it and gets dunked, but now a 2v1 situation. The fake coming up for Overt, not working out, and Mindfreak again hold off.
Pretty good there from Caveman Ben. He thought maybe I was going to go in, but 3 seconds. He going forward himself. Requiem hits it backward. Fever, can he have a bang of a shot? Oh my god, Requiem! What a shot you just produced!
Fever, how did you snipe that? Requiem getting just enough of a touch there to set up Fever. He went past 3 defenders to get that goal at 0 seconds. I am lost for words. This man cannot be stopped.
Fever. Wow. Let's just see the green lights light up for him. We're seeing them for goals and assists. Jeez, what a performance he's putting on. He has got a world of confidence here. But look at those shots from Requiem. Seems like he must be getting in good positions. It's only a matter of time before he's starting to slot some himself.
I mean, Requiem is definitely getting a lot of shots, but looking on the other side, Cobo is definitely doing his part as well, getting a fair amount of saves. It's for Overt, just the lack of attacking presence. They're not looking that, dangerous on attack. Yes, they've got a couple of goals. They've got 2 so far in the series, but they're kind of open netters. They're not really anything that was dangerous getting past the defensive line, and that's what's a bit worrying in this match. It is an elimination final, so they do have to win to progress through, and they're just not looking dangerous on both sides of the field.
Yeah, exactly right. It's amazing that game was only, went all the way down to 0 seconds, because it really didn't seem that close of a match. It was more Mindfreak's, fault for them not scoring early when they had plenty of opportunities. So they could have snuck a game there, and that was the one they really need to sneak a match, because they're looking down the barrel of, quite possibly could be coming a 3-0 roll into a best of 7 if they don't, turn up in this next match.
It could definitely be that case. Those matches where you fight so hard and goes down to the wire to lose are the most taxing mentally. So it's going to be a massive ask for this Overt side to, again, recollect themselves, put something on. But Caveman Ben from the opener has already got the first goal.
What a slot! 137 kilometers per hour. Bang! Caveman Ben goes in the top corner. Wow, what a shot.
That is just honestly unsavable. You hate to see it happen, but at the same time, as a Mindfreak fan, if there's any in the chat, let us know. You love to see those shots happening, and Caveman Ben really securing his spot in this team as they look to take control of the third match. Cobo does get a touch down to Spray, puts it infield, but no one there for his team, so Caveman Ben taking control of it, and this Mindfreak team is looking really strong.
Reckons trying to pinch him in front of the goal. Sprat's going to have to go up here. He can pinch to it. To Fennec now to try and maybe switch things up for himself. But anyway, Requiem hit the ball. He only gets met by Cobo. Still can continue the flip ball, but Riv is mecking. He's doing well here. Oh, Riv! What a goal here!
I mean, Caveman Ben had a banger, but try and save this. The flip into a double flip. What is going on?
What a goal! It's amazing to watch, and I'm having so much fun casting that goal. But that is one you want to see every day of the week while commentating Rocket League. But anyway, we've still got a match at hand. Now it's maybe starting to liven up this series, and this is what we want to see. Now we've got Bang Man Ben trying to go forward, can't get the touch for himself. Now Fever has a shot. Reckham's there, he's going to get glancing, little joint, but can't make it work.
Not at the moment, but Riv dangerous with the ball, tries to get the pass forward, but can't do so, and it's going to be returned by Mindfreak. Nice play there by, I believe it was Cobber. He had to go for the long clear as he was the only defender on the goal line, but Mindfreak are not bothered by that. They're keeping this ball locked in a massive way. Riv actually managing to get the ball forward with 0 boost, but only so far.
Requiem cuts the ball backward. Bangman Ben going forward, hits it in the corner, can't really do too much there, only receive for Cobbo. Cobbo hits the Riv. Riv drops it down a good area. Caveman Ben going forward, jumps over one. He's going to get a pinch for his teammate. Yes, he does. Fever. Oh my god, what a pass from Fever. It's silly, no goal for Riv. Oh boy, this is a quick and scary game.
The panic mechanic there not working in favour for Riv. He almost put it in as you said, so hopefully he's not going to do that again as a shot comes through from Requiem, and there is the second.
There we go, they finally make it work. These are putting it in a fantastic position for Requiem for a simple aerial, straightforward. He's not missing that, and he's finally got himself a goal after all those shots on the stat board.
Cobbo actually looking a little bit quiet in this match. He was lurking a little bit forward in that last play and gave Requiem a bit of time and space for that shot. So hopefully he's able to step up in this team because they really need him to be that saviour on the goal line as he was in the previous matches. But it's going to be Sprat with the ball, flips it with 0 boost, tries to move the ball forward, but with no boost, can't really have any pressure. And I don't know why this overt team has no boost, but Mindfreak doing an amazing job, and Fever just slotting a long goal.
Jeez, they're just still continuing these plays, but wow, what a long shot. Where is the defense here? This is the question. Requiem, what? He doesn't get the touch on it. I swear I thought I saw a little glance. But otherwise, this game is slipping from Overt's hands, and I think the series is 2 at the moment.
I mean, it's definitely a situation where Mindfreak seem to have all the momentum, all the touches working in their favor, and when you're having your stand-in stepping up like Caveman Ben, you're definitely going to be confident in this series as he manages to, he almost got a dunk on their player there, but unfortunately not coming through. Fever now taking control of the ball, tries to get it past one. Cobbo puts the ball infield, and Sprat does take a shot, but it's very wide.
Anyway, oh, that's a good shot there from Cobbo. I thought Caveman Ben was going to get the save. Let's have a look at this one. I think it just ends up just like spilling out here. Good pass in the midfield from Riv, and thank God Cobbo's committed because they needed that goal.
They definitely did. They needed to get back into a 1-goal deficit so they can give themselves plenty of time to get the equaliser. And now we have 2 minutes, just a little bit over on the clock for them to claw back another goal. But this is going to be it! The missed touches on the goal line. What is happening with Mindfreak? The defense is in shambles at the moment.
Oh, here we go. It's a good little bow, and it's not even a bump there. I think he's up just feeding the ball in the lap of Sprat. Sprat comes through, and then somehow rubbing this game a little bit Mindfreak.
You hate to see it when you're up that far in a series. To get back to an equal scoreline is always a tough ask, but I still have faith in this Mindfreak team. They have looked very, very strong, but there's definitely a spring in the step of Overt. They're definitely challenging the ball faster, being a bit cleaner with their first and second touches, and Cobbo is starting to have a bit more presence on the field as well. There's a nice pass there back to Sprat, who puts him in a dangerous position. A little infield pass, almost being met by Riv, but Requiem is able to control it.
Here we go, good pass down to Hangman Ben, can't put that one on target. Fever coming through here. Now going to try and drop the ball in the good area. Tries to get a 50. Doesn't work in the favour. Sprat ends up clearing out. Riv can't win the ball. Big bumps there in the corner. Only leaves possession for Cobbo. Cobbo's probably lost the ball there to Caveman Ben. Riv going forward. Fever going for some mech here. Holds it in the air. Leaves it for Requiem. Requiem, don't you dare do that. Oh my god, that would have been a ridiculous redirect for a pass.
I mean, it's definitely in his wheelhouse to go for those, but it does mean that on the return he's left in a 2v1 situation. He's able to get a nice dunk there on the scratch, and now Feeble will take control of the ball, moving it forward. Rib going for an EU, gets met by Caveman Ben, putting it back into contention, and he gets the dunk as well. He's definitely stepping up in the best way. The shot coming through. Cobo does get the save, but it seems like Mind Freak are putting up massive aggressive plays.
Anyway, down for the last about 30 seconds here. Fever taking the ball up, gonna hit the roof, has the flip. How long is he gonna hold it for? Oh, he's got to go all the way there. Good save on the line from Cobo. Thought maybe he might slip in, but still going forward. 25 seconds, hit the backboard. Big clear from Cobo. Is he gonna go over the top of Fever? No, it's not. He's holding that halfway line really well. Sprat hits it up for Riv. Riv is there. Riv hits the ball forward, goes for a stall, gets a pass down for Sprat. Sprat doesn't want to commit too early. Now Cobo's going to have to retreat. 10 seconds on the board. Requiem hits it forward. Cobo hits it into the corner. Being a little bit safe here. Fever coming through. Fever going to put it right across the face to goal. No one was there to receive. The pinch into the corner. Bangman Ben tries to have a shot in the top corner. Requiem somehow keeps it up. Caveman puts it on the ground. We're going to overtime.
And I believe this is our first overtime ever in the stream, so... Oh my god! What was that kickoff?
Let's do a little investigation here. But the absolute fantastic cheek there for Riv goes all the way through and slots a straight shot in.
I mean, that's the win that Overt needed. They needed to take a match right now in the series to get some confidence, to build themselves back up in the series, because if they had dropped that match, mentally speaking, it would have been really tough for them to come back in. Definitely seems to be the shots and the assists and everything in favor of Mind Freak, but Overt are starting to claw their way back. The goal differential is definitely not as big as it was before, and honestly, a massive win for Overt there.
Yeah, exactly right. Forget the graphic there. Overt did come through there in that match 2-1. But otherwise, they've done really well here. They finally stepped up. It looked like the game was slipping out of hand. There was a 3-1 deficit at some stage there. And now it's looking like it could be, going forward for Overt. They're doing so well, and I'm loving their play style. They're finally getting some life in the way they play.
They definitely are. The one thing that concerns me, I was just having a look at the graphic just then, is there's 0 assists, I believe, for the side of Overt. And that's kind of dangerous in the fact that if you're not setting up team plays, you're not going for those midfield passing plays or any of that kind of stuff, then you're missing an element of the game. So, the fact that Mind Freak are able to set up those passing plays and capitalize on them quite well, is a massive indicator of why they are currently sitting up in the series. But, this could be a turning point for Overt. I do say that, it is a bit lackluster, but maybe it's just because of the way they've been rotating and the style of gameplay they have. But it is a factor that needs to be considered.
Yeah, it definitely is. For me, I'm looking as one player on this field that can change the whole dynamic of this, and it's going to be Sprat. If Sprat can show up in this series right about now, he can turn the tide. The tide is starting, it's on the teetering on the edge a little bit. If he starts to really lift coming this game, become the GOAT that he wants to be, it's about now to shine.
Exactly. If you're self-proclaiming that you're the best ever and that you can do all these things, and you need to show it on the field when it counts. And this is definitely a situation where it needs to count. You are in an elimination final. You need to win to progress through to versus Ground Zero. You need to put everything on the table right now, because if you are going and you're withholding and you're not putting everything that you have into it, then I don't know what needs to motivate you to do so, because this, for me, would be a massive motivator to do everything possible.
That's right. And the series is starting to warm up and actually really enjoying it now. Maybe a little bit sloppy game 1, game 2, bit of a Mind Freak, sweep to a degree. Overt in game 3 have really grabbed the bull by its horns, and they're starting to grab control of this match.
Hopefully this is the turning point for Overt to get back into this series. Like we saw previously with Ground Zero and Renegades, we saw the first 2 matches going one way and then the reverse coming through for the Renegades. So it could be a bit of a system coming through. That pinch coming into the middle of the field doesn't work out in favor of any team, and it's looking to be a bit of a ping-pong match early in this one.
Brad does well, fakes out one, touches it on the corner for himself, goes through, tries to move 50, can't make that one work. And now you've got Fever behind the corner. Tries to drop it down to Caveman Ben. Caveman Ben can't there, but Requiem is going for a shot from corner. Hasn't been able to shoot too accurately today, but man, he's getting into good position.
Definitely is Caveman Ben controlling the ball in the corner, but this is looking dangerous for Cobbo. He has the opportunity, he gets blocked, but Pratt will rotate efficiently and secure that one. But what a great touch by Cobbo to set that up.
Exactly right. And this is a good gamble there from Spratt. He probably, not expecting, Cobbo to maybe score there or, put it high, but just decides, let's just go for it. Roll some of the dice in my favour. And let's go for that tapping on the ground with it. Work, paid off. Now they're 1-0 up, and they can probably, play a different style to be more tactical.
I mean, having the goal lead is definitely what you want to have to give yourself a bit of a buffer. It allows for a couple of mistakes to come through, which won't be too dangerous. And I was holding my breath there. I thought there was going to be a goal coming through, but Overt doing enough to secure that one out of the goal line.
Like Fever going for a dribble, tries to get it around Riv, can't make that one work. Now Requiem's already up in the air. Oh, it's a good save on the line for Spratt, and I think he's starting to lift, and they've got to be careful. Caveman Ben overcommitted here. Riv, if he can put the pass in for Cobbo, Cobbo's there to receive. Cobbo, good demo on the line. Oh, Riv, Spratt, come through and Overt is starting to bring the game in the heat.
We're starting to see that team chemistry come through in a massive way. Cobbo with the demo, Riv with the little touch setup, and Spratt to come through with the steal. It's definitely a massive step up for Overt. I can just imagine their comms at the moment getting super hyped up about their game style, and they have a 2-goal lead early in this game, number 4.
Anyway, big dem on the line from Caveman Ben. Opens the net up, ends up having the pass to himself anyway, high in the air, but no one's committing forward, and maybe they're starting to shake him up a little bit. But anyway, Caveman Ben going into the corner, doesn't have boost, pops it nice and high there, but it doesn't really work out. Fever has a shot on target, and he's been accurate all today.
He has been very accurate and very dynamic with his game style. You see Cobbo getting a very heavy touch, and Fever reads that every single day of the week, and the positioning as well from that as well is honestly amazing. So they're able to get 1 goal back, but Mindfreak still at a deficit in this series, in this match though.
Cobbo going for a long clear here. Good touch there from Spratt in a good area for Riv. Doesn't commit here. Cobbo decides, let's just go back, let's save this. I know I can do it. Does well, tries to catch the ball, tries to go around one, does really good here. Riv there in the center. Can he get a real clean dribble here? Yes, he can. He can get it into the somewhat of a midfield position. Great bump there from Riv. Opens up for Spratt. Spratt here. Tries to pass it down for Cobbo. Maybe a little bit high, but still, they are in possession over it, and they're stepping up right now.
Feeling very comfortable. Spratt with time and space will try and control this ball. Misses the boost in the corner. That's going to have to pull out of that challenge. Cobbo, again with 0 boost to work with, is not going to be very comfortable, and Mindfreak should be looking to capitalize on a couple of their mistakes with the boost control. And it's going to be Requiem to try and put it in, but Riv trying to control the ball. Just very awkward, very touches in the middle. No one really doing anything special.
Here we go. Caveman Ben going forward, looking to try and get this ball in field, but only getting met by the man in Spratt. Spratt going forward, he's winning to 50, doesn't quite get the second touch in his favour. Now Fever, can he grab this boost in the pass? Yes, pass to Requiem. Requiem's going to try and dunk this ball. Good save on the line from Riv. And now, minute 45, starting to get a little bit scary here for Overt. I think they still need 1 more goal to kill this game off, with Mindfreak is starting to press.
With the way Mindfreak have been playing and how they've been able to set up really good scoring opportunities, a 1-goal lead is not good for Overt. There's a shot narrowly getting blocked there by Cobbo from Fever is definitely what they want to do. They didn't want to concede a goal at this point in time. Minute 20 remaining on the clock. Caveman Ben puts it infield, a miss there. Could open up. Fever on the ball. Backboard. Can they get the save? Requiem comes through, puts it back in, but can't put it on net.
Make it work, but they were stopped. Still got to keep up the pressure because they're doing so well. Anyway, Riv drops it down, possibly from Waterfall. Doesn't make it work. Good free on the backboard. Lets Cobbo hit the handbrake. Doesn't have boost to continue forward, but ends up just banging it nice and high. Fever hits it now, really hard on the backboard. Requiem's there to flop up any mess, doesn't really work. Good pass into the midfield. And he leaves it for the ball for Requiem again. Loses that one out, and Spratt hits him in the corner. Fiber is there. Long EU clear. Bang man Ben hits the backboard. Requiem has to be there. Fever, the striker, has missed the golden opportunity. And that was a big one to miss.
that could have been the linchpin to get back into this series as they're running out of time. 27 seconds. Shot goes on! Bangman Ben done it again. He's come through with the equalizer.
Wow, here we go. This is fantastic here. What a slot in there. And geez, they're starting to bring this into a real great series to watch.
Wow, it's so crazy to see Overt go up in this goal lead and then come through with the equalizer. They're looking very... Oh! I thought Caveman Ben had done it to him again, but there's a miss on the goal line and Fever's actually got the goal! What is happening to Overt side?
Bangman Ben is coming through hot, wins that 50, but oh my god, Fever, what a shot to put that ball down on the ground. And that one is just, you know, unbelievable shot, because Overt cannot believe they are actually now down in this series when they had about 30 seconds before thinking they were going to go through.
You have to feel for them. They're definitely time. They're trying to set something up, but Cobbo putting the ball in the wrong direction, giving it to Caveman Ben. He'll just look to control this to the ground, but Overt has different plans. But they can't catch the ball, and Mindfreak have literally stolen candy from a baby here. They were down in the match in the goals, and they're able to claw their way back and secure the win.
Jeez, look at the shot count here. It's just a huge, nearly double here with 44 shots going in the favour of Mindfreak. It's only a matter of time before they score here. But look at that, Caveman Ben not really being the man shooting, but it seems like he's still up there getting goals today. But man, these stats are really in favour of one team.
It really is. Looking at the spread of how the graphic is looking, the one thing I want to point out, which is crazy as well, is 12 assists, 11 goals, and there's 4 assists per person. So very good team dynamic coming out of Mindfreak. They're assisting each other very, very well. No one's, you know, being the main playmaker or being the main scorer or anything like that. Yes, we do see Requiem with a high number of goals and Fever with a high number of goals, sorry. But the fact that they're able to set each other up in a massive way is honestly why I think they're doing so well in this series. Overt just don't seem to have the same level of team chemistry.
Exactly right. You don't know which angle these shots are going to come from when, you know, the spread is even, like you said, where, you know, you're looking at the team of Overt, you know who the goalie's going to be, and that's Cobbo. So when he's not back and he's pushed up forward, you know that is your time to gamble. And maybe that's, you know, if we look back, you know, at some of these replays, that's where they're probably coming from.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's a bit hard because, you know, Mindfreak at the moment are just playing very clean. They were down in that 4th match. They, by all means, should have lost it, but it just took one moment, one instance where they're able to capitalize, and Fever, the god coming through with that angle, is able to bounce the ball with enough pace to have it fall into the goal. So, you know, when you're having players do some incredible solo plays like that, it's going to be a hard task.
Oh my god, thank god Sprat saved him on the line there. Otherwise that was going to be an awkward miss. But again, Mindfreak are now 1 win away from progressing through to GZ tomorrow. But if Overt has anything to say for it, they will try their hardest to come back in this match.
Well, they definitely have the players to do so. Like you said, with Cobbo and Riv, they're able to step up in a massive way. And Sprat, he can have so much impact in the game, but he needs to have instant impact right now because this is their last chance to progress through to the Ground Zero team tomorrow. They need to win this match to be able to have any chance, but they've overcommitted, nearly having a shot there by Requiem, but it narrowly misses to the left.
Pass up there from Caveman Ben trying to, you know, set up his teammate instead of going for the easily saved shot. But gee, that was a quick transition ball with Fever and Requiem, nearly resulting in, you know, quite possibly an end-to-end goal.
Could have been, but now Requiem with the ball. What's he going to do? He tries to get a dunk onto Sprat, but he's got a nice touch there. Fever playing a little bit of a roundabout there, trying to force a commit from Sprat, but it actually works out in Overt's favour. The ball in the goal line gets blocked. Cobbo almost with the goal there. That could have been a great start for Overt.
Yeah, Cobbo's so close to creating the opening that this match needed. But anyway, Riv trying to pass to the Cobbo, get to 50 at least, forcing Requiem to fly high, doing well there to put it right in the corner. Now, 2 players getting in each other's way, ends up shifting really well for Sprat. Cobbo can be there to receive, but it's only gone straight to Caveman Ben. Caveman Ben is trying to go for maybe some one place there, doesn't realise that there's another guy coming through, but Requiem, what a tight angle shot that was! Good pass across the field from Fever. And Mindfreak taking a 1-0 lead.
Sprat with that heavy touch to the wall as his team was transitioning back was not comfortable at all for their team. And as you said, Fever getting a beautiful read there onto Requiem for that opening goal. A great start for Requiem, who's got a massive element of offensive pressure in this game. And now Mindfreak with the lead. 3 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time for Overt to get back into it, but they need to be clean with their touches. They need to be able to control the ball as much as possible and not give possession back to Mindfreak.
Requiem, good pressing ball. Gets a good demo here. Opens it up for Caveman Ben. Caveman Ben hits it in the tide ball. Fever's up, hits it once, can he hit it twice? Requiem's there to put in the bottom right corner. They've got a foot in the door of the next round.
The element that Fever creates on his offensive plays are so crazy. The fact that they were toying with the idea of the double causes hesitation on the goal line. You see the positioning there on the goal line for Overt. 3 members were back and Requiem was able to snipe that bottom right corner. Beautiful placement coming from the god himself, and Mindfreak now have a 2-goal lead. There's a shot there. Cobo does get the save.
David's team from being 3-0 down. Anyway, he's going to go forward here. Tries to pop it over one. Doing really well here. Doesn't have the boost, but he's still continuing to go here. Cobo, fantastic play. Gets the ball right up the other side of the field. Can they finally, hold this ball in and, get a bit of breathing?
They do need to control the ball. They need to have solid first touches, and Cobo's done exactly that. The solo play almost being absolutely incredible. A great effort from Cobo, but they need to start doing some team plays. They need to set each other up if they're going to have a leg up. Cobo, again, going for a bit of a solo play. Oh, wow. Cobo's so quick on that ball.
Cobo with the absolute hard carry at the moment. Unbelievable plays. He is trying to get his team over, trying to will them over the line. Overt, be with your man. He's showing some passion, and let's get over it. Let's go over it.
Cobo using the dominance of his wide space to put his team on his back and try to carry them forward, getting that goal and setting it up very, very nicely with 1 minute and 45 seconds now on the clock. Overt need to secure a goal. A miss there by Riv. Could have been an opportunity, but it will be Fever looking to get the ball out. Caveman Ben with the pre-flip manages to get over one, but not getting over Cobo. And this man, what can he do with the ball? Sets up his teammate, but he gets very easily read.
Tries to get the ball to go, trying to go for a flick. It's a very high one, maybe too high there. 2 men on the back. Cobo's there to receive. Tries to win that ball. We're down to 1:20. Running out of time here, but Overt is still starting to press. We're in a good position on the foot. Cobo tries to win at the front post, but Requiem saves it on the line. They're still going forward. Come on, Sprat, deliver some good passes to your teammates. We're going to need them.
They need to step up in a big way. This is do or die. 1 minute to go. Let's hear it in the chat for Overt. They need some support here as they are in a very tight situation. But that dump by Fever! Fever has fulfilled the dreams of Overt. They're in a very sticky situation, being in a 2-goal deficit, but Mindfreak are loving their position right now.
And a pair gonna squash their jeans right there. What a 50 in the middle. Dunks him so hard. And now it's a really tough position for them to score 2 goals. When you've got Requiem looking down the barrel of another goal. Oh, redirect! Not the greatest own goal ever, but geez, Requiem has done it. I think it's 4-1, and this is probably pushing them to the next round.
Oh, it really is. They look super strong. 3 goals, 48 seconds. This means that essentially Overt needs 3 kickoff goals right now, giving themselves only 10 seconds thereabouts to get the goal. But with Caveman Ben flying through and taking possession away from Overt, it is not looking pretty. They still do have an opportunity in some aspect, but they need to be dynamic right now. But the way Mindfreak are playing, it's looking very dire for Overt.
Anyway, Brad's got a chance to maybe use some magic here, but they're going to have to retreat back. Fever's there. He ends up leaving the ball here, leaves it for Cobo. Cobo's put in a bad position here. Could end up getting dunked, but we're running out of time. And Mindfreak are just doing everything right now. Fever surely has to be an MVP in this series.
Oh, you would have to think so. The way that he's been playing, the setups, the assists, the goals himself as well, have been on another level. He's single-handedly, in the last match, scored the winner, and he's come through with quite possibly the last goal here as well. but that should be it. 10 seconds and 4 goals. There is nothing that Overt can do, and that means, unfortunately, we do say goodbye to them in this Grand Slam series, but it will be Mindfreak taking on Ground Zero tomorrow in the quarterfinals.
Jeez, what a way to end here. Mindfreak, but what they should have been in control. It looked a little bit harder than what it was, just with the way the scorelines went, but when you look at the stats, it's a very one-sided story in this tale of the series.
Exactly. The fact that all the stats offensively are in favor of Mindfreak, the shots 53 to 28. That is a massive difference. That is almost double the amount of shots that Overt have taken in comparison to Mindfreak. They are absolutely killing it. Caveman Bear not having a huge showing, but he's got a good scoring percentage. 3 goals, 9 shots, pretty decent for his showing as well. He was definitely a massive factor in this team, and you know, it's so crazy how well he's been able to gel with Requiem and Fever in this series. He probably didn't have a lot of time to set up, but he's been fantastic. And honestly, it was a nice series to watch from Mindfreak.
Yeah, it was in the end. Actually, yeah, something a little bit different here. But yeah, if from a mech standpoint, it was really nice to watch that game. There was some really nice goals to play, but also some really ugly own goals as well in that. But that's what happens when there's a big tournament with over $50,000 of prize pool money around. There's a lot of nerves in these matches, and it's bound to happen.
It is. It really is. The fact that it's an elimination bracket, it's always difficult. There's a lot more pressure with the fact that that there is no grace, there's no saving period. Pretty much, if you're out, you're out. That's it, done. Thank you very much. So it does linger in your mind when you're playing. You don't want to overcommit and play too aggressive, because if you make a mistake, it could possibly mean the series, and that does really hinder some players. But for Mindfreak, it seemed to be fine. They were able to rise to the occasion and move through in the bracket.
Well, there we go. There's the winners today. We had Renegades beating Ground Zero 4-2 in the first match, so they progressed to the semi-finals, pushing Ground Zero to the quarters. And then Mindfreak, we've just seen getting over Overt 4-1, putting them in a match against against Ground Zero tomorrow at the first game tomorrow. So that's a big match for them. But there's plenty in the other side of the bracket for our other casters to do with Yummy Cheeseman and Max Formal, that'll be taking over after the break. But man, we've had a good showing today. Would you like to give a final farewell to anyone yourself?
Obviously, thank you everyone in the channel for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. All the production team coming through as well, and obviously my co-caster Bullet, thank you so much. But before we go and say our final goodbyes, just a reminder, if you do want a live update for the bracket, !bracket in the channel, we'll give you the link to have a look at what we're doing. And also, as we said, hashtag RLO Grand Slam on Twitter. Tell us all your thoughts. You saw Lethal for Life getting a little bit of a shout out in the intermission as well. So if you want to see yourself on the stream, use that hashtag RLO Grand Slam to possibly get a little shout out on the stream, but also for us to see what's been happening with your thoughts and feelings. But yeah, honestly, a great start to this stream, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every moment.
Exactly right. And we've even got some bigger news right about now. We got an interview with a huge player in this match. We're looking forward to him just joining in the call any moment now, but I will not ruin the surprise. I want to see if people can guess the voice of this man, because he had a big performance. We were talking about him all through the series. It is none other than Fever. Wowee, man, what a performance. You are a complete golden striker at the moment. How good do you feel after slotting so many goals like that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it was a team effort. I just scored it all, I think. But overall, I think Overt played really well. I think we just played better today. I think we're going into day 2 pretty confident. So let's just do it.
Yeah, very cool. So obviously with the elimination final kind of lingering on your mind, what did you boys do to prepare for that?
We weren't actually having the elimination on our mind. We were more just like, let's just go into the tournament, play our best, and just see how we go.
exactly right.
Fair enough.
Well, you've stepped up on the day. I'm very proud of your efforts. And hopefully you, Requiem and Caveman Ben can build a bit of a future, because it seems like it's working at the moment. Let's hopefully that tomorrow brings you good fortune as well. But otherwise, thank you for joining us here on this for a quick chat. I'll let you go and celebrate with the boys.
Thank you for having me.
All good. Well, anyway, that will round up for us, me and Jupiter. We're about to have our break. We're going to still stick around in the chat. We'll be there. Otherwise, we're going to pass it on to the other boys. So please stay with the stream. It is not over yet. And thank you for joining RLO Grand Slam so far.